This episode of the Sin Verguenza podcast is brought to you by Soulita Soap.
My name is Jimmy.
Where's the crack?
My name is Jimmy.
What the fuck?
I'm the fakest motherfucker in the world because this is supposed to be a big deal. It really isn't. I don't know what episode this is. I don't know what episode my podcast is on for the big return. I say big return like I'm a wrestler. You guys know I'm a wrestling fan. I got this shit for the soundboard today because it's been so long and
I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest.
the great CM Punk. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode, I'll fucking find out because I'm not lazy, 39. The last episode was a very interesting one. We got the clap. That was a good one. A lot of people took that. Let me not get into it. A lot of people took that very personal. A lot of people apparently have had or you know, they know that they're going to get the clap because they're sexually active and they were all dogging. And that's fine. I'm not saying anything about the clap. Listen, we make fun of, and I say we because it's me. I have friends on here. Pretty soon I'm going to have special guests on here. And not special guests, like, I'm not hyping it. These people are special to me. These people are special to the community, locally, some people from out of state. They'll be announced soon. But we fucking poke fun at everything on this bitch. All right? It's nothing new. The only thing new, ladies and gentlemen, is the fucking background. It's very...
Dominicans, Boricuas, hands up.
It's very fucking dong in here. It's very da-dee. I tell that to people and they don't fucking get it. The da-dee shit. I just said daddy like my daughter, who I keep telling me to stop calling me daddy because it's weird. What a way to start this podcast off. Now, you know what? When it works now because my new girl, and yes, new girl, she doesn't do that stuff. She doesn't do like the daddy in bed stuff. So it works. And like now she never will because like all we hear all the time around here is daddy. So she's just kind of like, we'll just agree to like never call. And I'm like, that's fine. You could just call me like fucking Triple H or some shit because she loves when I do the Triple H thing. Where do I begin? 2020 is a lot. And for those who don't know, 2020 definitely took its toll on me, just like it's taken its toll on everybody I know in some way, shape, or form. There are some people who have been able to keep work. There are some people who, you know, working from home, even though they kept work, they're still, everybody's fucking battle is different. And I started off this podcast by talking about how we poke fun at everything. Okay? My podcast is called Sin Verguenza, which means without shame. And I shamelessly, and the term does come from a term from Latin culture that you know, that mothers use in Latin culture to their sons when they're doing some fuck shit, when they're fucking doing some shit shamelessly and they're getting in trouble. They call their kid a Sin Verguenza. I'm still a comedian / barber / you know, I draw here and there and you know, you can hear the shit from the background, but I still do my comedy shit. All right. Nothing about this podcast is going to change. I'm always going to poke fun at shit no matter what. That's not going to fucking change. This fucking garbage truck, man. Living near like the city now is like ridiculous when it comes to the podcast shit. I love it either way. Like I need to like, I don't know about you guys, but I need to fall asleep to noise. But doing the podcast in the morning that's what's gonna happen now. I don't even know where the fuck I was at. This fucking Cafe Bustelo is like wilding out on me right now. I did take my morning shit. So you guys have me in the morning glory now. I think that when I do these by myself, I'm going to do them in the morning. After I take my morning shit, when I have my morning coffee, I'm all over the place. And those are the best podcasts, I've been told. So that's how I'm going to fucking do it. And when I have my guests, I'll probably have a fucking beer or two or whatever at night and just calm the fuck down. Let them do the talking. I can't do this shit by myself every week, bro. There's too much going on. And I love having dope conversations with people. Okay, where I was at was I will always be silly on this shit. That's what this shit's about. It's about poking fun at some of life's most rough situations that we're not too sure if we want to poke fun at, or we're not too sure if we want to speak on these things. We think things that we don't say out loud. I'm going to say them out loud. What I'm saying is, even the things that shouldn't be joked about, I won't joke about them, but I'm going to fucking talk about them because it's important. 2020, for example, has fucked with a lot of people's mental states. You got the obvious one, COVID-19. Oh, my flags look good, by the way. I have OCD about this whole setup right now, and it took me like fucking an hour to like set up for this podcast in general, and it's not that hard. COVID-19 is the obvious one. Police brutality is another one. The fucking shit in the background with the pedophile shit that I don't even want to begin to even think about. A lot of people have been telling me, and more people probably tell me after they listen to this podcast, and I probably will at some point. Everybody's been telling me to watch the Epstein documentary on Netflix and look into this shit. The dad in me is almost afraid to, but the dad in me also knows that this is something that I have to do sooner or later, right? I will. But a documentary about a fucking pedophile island is not the first thing that pops in my head when I'm done fucking standing for like 10 to like fucking 12 hours a day. Get home and watch that shit. The first thing is probably going to be beat my meat if my girl's not home. If my girl's home, ask if we can have sex. Always says yes. Very nice girl. Or 3, cuddle up, watch some of whatever, and then do the other 2. All right? That's it. I don't even know. I know how to fucking work the soundboard. I almost had a fucking mental breakdown because I thought that I forgot the soundboard shit because I got the thing that's missing that tells me what's on the soundboard.
Get the fuck out of here.
That works too. Let's go. There's a lot of shit going on. You got a country that's trying to fucking restart the Armenian genocide or trying to finish it. There's a lot happening in 2020, and it fucking sucks. And the people who make it worse are the people who try to make everything a fucking political debate. That shit goes right up my ass sideways. It pisses me the fuck off. Everything. COVID-19. Why is that red or blue? Fucking George Floyd. Why is that red or blue? Any type of police brutality. Why is that red or blue? The pedophile fucking shit. Why is that red or blue? Bro, if you're a pedophile, let me tell you something. First of all, this virus that's fucking, and this is one of the things that pissed me off. There's a fucking buttload of people who swear up and down that, let me tell you something. I'm like half and half on conspiracy theories. There's some conspiracy theories that I'm like, okay. And a lot of the COVID stuff spooks me out when I've seen certain things online. But to say that a virus is completely fake when there's people dying around the world is a little ignorant. Like these people who, I'm at the barbershop, and I'm at the barbershop fucking full time now. Shout out to me, right? Always in the barbershop. I need to put that on the fucking soundboard, the Chief Keef shit. I'm gonna stain my new IKEA furniture, and my girl's gonna whoop my ass because she's Armenian, and yeah, because I'm not using coasters. What the fuck was I saying? This coffee shit is like, this espresso shit is like, this cocaine shit is like. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I was saying.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I'm at the barbershop full time. The type of shit that happens at the barbershop is endless conversations with a bunch of people, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Some of these opinions are stupid. They are. I hate to break it to you. If you have me on social media and you're a client, take it personal if you want to. The smarter thing would be to not take it too personal. But there's people who come in there with their opinions and shit, and I hear a lot of shit at the barbershop. And there's a lot of people who I talk to in and out of the barbershop who are like, yeah, I get this a lot at the barbershop. Yeah, but I don't know anyone who's died personally through this thing. Wow. Do you want to know somebody who's died personally? Because death can just knock on your fucking door and be like, hey, your uncle, you give a shit about him? All right, we'll take him. Bad joke, but that's how the fuck you guys sound. I don't know anyone who's died personally, so all right, cool. I personally wouldn't say that out loud because I believe in karma. And then I'm the type of person where I'll trip out and I'll think that my mom's gone in 2 days because I just said that. I wouldn't. Aside from all of that other bullshit, all of my other fucking paranoia and my anxiety and all of that, just because you don't know somebody who died from it personally, I know fucking 2 people who died from it personally. Both very, very close to me, to home. Just because you don't I don't know. It's like it's weird. It's like those fucking I remember some school shootings. There was a few school shootings, and like it was always like there was those YouTube videos that popped up that was like, oh, look at these the made up. It's like they swore up and down that it was like the same actors and actresses. The government's gonna fucking like pay people to I don't know. It's fucking weird, bro. It's so weird. The conspiracy shit, I believe it to a certain extent, but I think at the same time you guys force it a lot. And it's like you guys do nothing but fucking just like chief away. And I have no problem with smoking. This is not a jab at smoking. I'm just saying I feel like it's a lot of fucking people who just chief away and just sit around and just like, yo man, you know what the fuck I think? I think this shit's fake. They're fucking making up the numbers and shit. And this is a distraction from what's going on. At most, because I think the pedophile shit, I don't even want to get into it, but the pedophile shit is very weird. It's very weird that that's happening in the background. But there's a lot of shit happening. And there's a lot of shit happening right now in general. Like I said, police brutality. There's the whole Armenian genocide shit. There's so much shit happening right now that it feels like the world is just ending in general. Could that be? Could it be that the world is ending or that the world was about to just end in 2020? Like there's a lot of shit happening right now. I mean, the internet is there, okay? The internet is there. They're not going to fucking go out of their way to distract us and do all these things and create a virus. At most, I think the virus was created. I don't think it's completely fake. There's people dying around the world, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not be ignorant. Let's show a little respect. At most, I think the virus was created to maybe try to distract ourselves, but let's not act like we don't have the internet in front of us on a computer, on a phone. Like we won't fucking find this shit out for ourselves no matter what. The other thing that's hilarious is the whole microchip shit. The government needs to put a microchip in you to track you down, bro. Every single time I fucking whack my shit, I'm always thinking about the fact that the government's probably watching me through my fucking FaceTime camera. That's a joke. That was a joke. The government doesn't give a shit about you. But at the same time, if they wanted to, they can fucking track you down wherever you want. Because guess what? We signed up for this shit the minute we got Blackberries. Hell, we probably signed up for this shit when we got fucking Nextels. Let's say Blackberries. When we were fucking giving out each other's BBMs and shit, like little fucking 12, 13-year-old thoughts. Let me get that BBM. Let me get that BBM. Yo, you got BBM, ma? That was the shit. I love that era. But when we were being fucking thoughts, giving away each other's BBMs and shit, it's probably been happening since then. 3G, 4G, whatever the fuck. 5G fucking causes cancer, and 5G. I can't wrap my head around the 5G shit causing coronavirus. I don't get that shit. I could understand maybe it causing cancer, but I can never understand like 5G causing a virus that makes you fucking cough until you possibly die. I just went on a rant for like fucking 10 minutes. What else is new? Another thing that happens in the barbershop is that every single thing is a political debate. And I just said that, and I forgot that I said it. And you know what?
Get the fuck out of here.
It's okay. It's the first time back. Let's enjoy this shit. COVID is a political debate for some reason. And I notice it on both sides, whatever. But like, I don't understand, for example, I don't understand how like it's a Republican or Democrat thing. And I've been saying this shit for years, but the Republican side and the Democrat side, I fucking am to a point, and I've been saying this shit for a couple years now. I haven't voted. There's people who look at me and they're like, yo, you're a shitty person for not voting. You have to vote. You have no right to speak on any of this shit without voting. Who the fuck are you? I can fucking say whatever the fuck I want. I'm a podcaster. It's kind of what we do. Number one, why am I cutting a promo at 8 a.m.? Number two. Number three, this is America. I can say whatever the fuck I want, whether I'm a podcaster or not. I can speak my mind. If I feel like I don't want to fucking vote for one guy or the other, or one girl or the other, because I feel like I don't have a choice, this whole settle for Biden shit, I'm not with it at all. My girl just texted me. That's why the fucking notification popped up and told me that my overnight oats are bomb. Babe, I know. I'm good at fucking many things. I get sidetracked and I forget what I say every time. There's probably mad people who are like, "You're," when they listen to this, they're like, "You were talking about this," and like, I wish I could like hear you and just fucking the debate shit. Oh yeah. I hate both sides. It's a final decision. I hate both sides. I'm not settling for anybody. Don't fucking point at me. If I feel like last minute, because it's happened before. If I feel like last minute, I want to vote and I vote for somebody, I'll vote for somebody. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to fucking, maybe I'll post it just because I post everything, and we'll get to how bad that is later. Maybe I'll post a little vote sticker. You know what I mean? But yeah, nah. I've had multiple people multiple times be like, "Oh, you're a shitty person for not voting. You have to vote if you really feel so strong." I don't feel super strongly. I do feel strongly because I'm not ignorant, but I don't feel super strongly to a point, I guess, where I have to settle for one creep or person I don't trust or the other. I don't. I overthink too much. It's my anxiety. I don't fucking know. I can't sit down and make a decision based off of like, oh, you know, what's the lesser of the two evils? I'm good. The COVID-19 thing is a debate between the two parties all the time. The George Floyd shit, same shit. oh, there's good cops out there. Yeah, we know. We're not saying that. We're fucking saying that something has to be done about the bad cops. We're not saying all cops are bad. And don't get me wrong, this is why I hate the both sides. Because on the fucking Democrat side, liberal side, whatever the fuck you want to call them, snowflakes, whatever the fuck, there are people who go hard and say that all cops are bad. And treat all cops. I saw an Instagram live. Shout out to Sound from I can't think. Sound. It's a vibe on IG. Complex Ambition. He did an IG live when they were doing the rally, the rally for fucking George Floyd. The rally is not. Oh, the protest for George Floyd downtown in Providence. And the funniest thing is, it's always like, and don't get me wrong, appreciate them for speaking up for the people of color who go through, everybody goes through police brutality, but let's face it, like most of the victims are the minorities. And it's always, bro, like when you see the videos of don't get me wrong, there's minorities doing it too, but most of the videos I've seen and the shit that I've seen is like fucking white people going in, causing the fucking destruction. In Sounds, I'm getting to this. In Sounds video that I saw when he was doing the IG live, there was somebody fucking, oh my God, hounding the shit out of Gina Raimondo, hounding the shit out of cops. So we're actually, I saw a picture of a fucking cop taking a knee in Providence, like while all the other ones were standing. Come on, bro. You look like the biggest fucking asshole. You look like the biggest asshole fucking throwing a brick into a local business, a skate shop, and just fucking breaking everything and hitting a lick and doing it in the name of fucking George Floyd and all the people who have gone through police brutality. They don't want that shit. They don't want that shit. Also, stop pretending you know what they want. They definitely would love it and appreciate everybody protesting. But when you're fucking causing destruction and all this shit in the name of, you're fucking it up for everybody who's actually out there taking a stand for what they actually believe in. You don't give a fuck about what's going on. So that gets divided down the middle now because it's, the protesters are doing this and the protesters are protesting. The fucking rioters and the people causing destruction are doing all of that. So everything is a debate and it pisses me the fuck off. And it's like, let's fucking check on each other. All right. Is everyone okay? Let's think about it. 2020 literally feels like a disaster movie. It feels like everything around us is ending. I'm waiting for the fucking day that Jesus like cracks out of the sky and makes people disappear, makes like half the population disappear or whatever the fuck. That just sounds like a Marvel movie, but I'm pretty sure it also happens in the Bible in like the last fucking book that I never wanted to read in church because it always gave me anxiety because who the fuck wants to read about the end of the world? And it kind of feels like it because not half of life, but or a good chunk of life disappeared because of this virus. I just can't do the debate shit. That happens a lot in the barbershop. And you know what I fucking do at the barbershop? I just see my way out of everything now. Or anywhere. I've been doing that since the beginning of time. It's a New York thing. Now it's a global thing. Things start in certain places and then they become global. I love taking pride in things that start in New York. There's certain people who fucking hear that shit and they're like, this nigga loves being from New York. Blah, 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 blah. Don't be a fucking hater. Just let me have my moment, whatever. That's crazy. Started in New York. So that's the big C, the crazy. I see my way out of everything. That's crazy. Every time people come in here, in the barbershop, I say in here like I'm in the barbershop. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't really know anybody who died from this. But you know what? You know what I do know? I do know that this is definitely a fake virus that's covering up everything else. Yeah, nah, you're right. That's crazy. And if people don't, but this is the thing that I learned about that's crazy. And what I do beyond that's crazy is worse than that's crazy. And I'll tell you why. if that's crazy doesn't work for me, I'll start agreeing with whatever the person is saying just to fucking end the convo. And that shit's so bad sometimes because sometimes the things that these people are saying are not the best. And I just agree with it just to shut it the fuck up because that's crazy doesn't work. People hear that's crazy and they like, instead of getting the hint, because this shit's out there, there's memes about it. Like, oh, when you're from New York and you haven't said that's crazy in 2 minutes. I've said that's crazy to people and they've taken it as, it's backfired on me. They've taken it as, oh yeah, that's crazy, right? Let me tell you more. No, you fuck. I'm saying that's crazy because I don't want to hear you talk anymore about whatever you're talking about. Because I don't agree or because I just don't care and you sound dumb or I just don't. I'm just like, I haven't had my coffee and I can't. I'm saying that's crazy because I don't want to hear anymore. You hear that's crazy and you're like, oh shit, he's into my story. Let me keep speaking. No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking on a Monday? On a Tuesday when my fucking work week begins and you're asking me for a fucking design and you want to fucking sit here and be like, oh, I'm kidding. I love doing designs. I love cutting hair. But I'm just saying the beginning of the week, you want to fucking tell me that your whole fucking conspiracy. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to hit you with it. That's crazy. And if you tell me and if you sit there and act like I'm actually into what you're saying because I said that's crazy in my monotone voice, that's crazy. Then guess what? I'm just going to agree with you so you can shut the fuck up. And a lot of times it's so wrong. I mean, like if somebody comes in and they're like, yeah, man, my fucking 15-year-old daughter brought a guy home yesterday. They were just sitting on the couch. You know what I did? I went up to him and I beat his ass. That's crazy. Yeah, man, I fucking fucked my daughter up too. Yo, I feel you. Yeah, man, my fucking wife got involved. I beat her ass. Yo, I would have done the same shit. Yup. She's in the hospital right now. She might be okay, but I don't know. She's kind of in ICU, so yeah, bro, I feel you. Yo, you ain't wrong. And it gets that bad. I've been in those positions where like people will tell me some fucked up, ridiculous shit. And you might hear this podcast if you fucking, first of all, and I've said it before, if you're like super, super sensitive, and this goes with my whole fuck either side shit, if you're super, super sensitive, turn this shit off and just never listen again. Like, that's it. Just, this is the return episode. I'm just going to fucking say it right now. Just turn it off. Yeah, it gets that bad. It gets that bad that people come in and say the most toxic shit, and I just because I want to anything that gets me out of the conversation, all right? And one day I'm gonna look fake for it. One day somebody's gonna be like, "Yo, you know what I think? I think fuck." Let me just throw it up. Like, oh, you know what I think? Fuck cops in a barbershop. If I'm out fucking, not when I'm out drinking either. I don't want to fucking talk about any of this shit when I'm out just trying to have a good time or at work. But in a barbershop, there's certain people who like try to start fucking political. You know what I think? Fuck cops. I feel you, bro. I agree. Then another person in the barbershop. Nah, man. Fuck you. I love cops. Yo, I feel you too. And just for the record, I have no problem with cops. I think there are bad cops. I think there are good cops. I'm going to leave it at that. Same shit. I agree. Everything is a political debate. And we should be more focused on all of this shit is happening around us. And we should check on each other. I'm getting very gay on this podcast right now. And when I say gay, I mean bubbly and happy and whatever and positive. I think we should check on each other. I think we should definitely check on each other. I think that everything that's happening this year, at best, and when I say at best, I mean like everyone is definitely going through this shit in some way. Everyone's getting affected by this shit mentally. If not mentally, financially, whatever. Well, one of the most important things is mentally. This shit feels like the end of the world. It feels like the end of the world. And you know what made the fucking end of the world movies more scary? That fucking creepy guy, that weirdo guy who was walking around in the beginning or during the movie and is like, yo, man, I know what's going on. I know what's going on, man. This is what's going on. I'm woke. I know that this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and all this shit's going to happen, and we're going to be fucked, and everything's going to be fucked, and just, it's all going to end, man, and we're done. And all the people who are debating and know what they think they know what's going on, not making it any better. You are the fucking assholes of the apocalyptic movie. Now, we don't need that shit. We need people walking around and being like, yo, are you good? Are you good? Are you good? Are you good? For those who don't know, my posting everything, it got out of hand. And I had to check myself from that day on and that's the worst thing. Okay, so I'm just going to say it like this. Your boy had a full-blown mental fucking breakdown during the fucking virus. And it's fine. I'm down with openly talking about it. I'm down with saying that I was in a place before and I'm in a better place now. I love it here. I definitely, the whole COVID shit, there's a lot, everybody's got shit going on in their lives that they don't face on a daily basis. Trauma from their childhood, trauma through growing up, trauma as an adult, trauma that comes at you. Trauma never stops coming in life, unfortunately. We all go through it. It's about how we deal with it. And if we're going to let trauma make us assholes and use trauma as our crutch, or are we going to fucking say, fuck you, trauma, and deal with it as best as we can? We're going to have bad days and good days, right? I had a fucking bad day. And your boy I got to a point where I was like drinking alone. And I think it was purposely done. I was just drinking alone every fucking night. Nothing to do. Barbershops are closed. Uncle Sam's helping with unemployment. Great. But money doesn't fucking solve everything. Some of the richest people, wealthiest people, famous people have done what I attempted to do. And your boy definitely got drunk enough. And this is literally like, I don't mean what I'm saying. Obviously, like it's not the worst thing that happened from that night. But the worst thing was the fact that I post shit so much that like I thought it was okay I was super fucking wrecked one night, and I practically posted a suicide note on my Instagram for those saw it or didn't see it or whatever. And I attempted what I attempted, and it's not awkward to talk about. I'm just an awkward person, so this is an awkward point of the podcast. But I feel the need to talk about it because there's a lot of people who are there, were there, or if you're listening to this and you're getting there, please reach out. Because I wouldn't want anybody to fucking be alone through that shit. And right after that night, obviously, you know, I went to get the help. I fucking went through like rehab and therapy and shit like that, which was through Zoom, which was hilarious. Retweaked a whole bunch of shit, you know. And one of the biggest things on my list was like, all right, bro, see this little thing right here on your Instagram? Delete. And now we're going to fucking go on like an Instagram break because you post so much that you thought it was okay when you were drunk to post something like that. And it spooked everybody out. And I saw it and I was like, I can't believe I posted that. But life goes on. I'm in a fucking better place. A way better place. I love it here. And yo, it is not a bad thing to speak on your mental illness with somebody. You got a best friend that you could talk to that person. You're in a relationship with somebody that you can talk to, that you guys understand each other. I love it here. Talk to that person. shit can get hard because there's a bunch of fucking ignorant people in our lives who you can't go to with shit like this. The Dominican side of my family, and I feel like this is like a older like immigrant thing where they don't really get mental illness. They think it's like a made up thing, or they think it's so funny that they'll be like, oh, that's all in your head. Yeah, it is, bro. It's real. They don't get it though. It's definitely a thing. They made a fucking show, 5 seasons or 6, I always forget, called The Sopranos. My boy Tony had this fucking thing is giving me mental illness right now. I thought this thing drove by already, but I guess it only did one part of the road. And I think we took our trash out this morning, but I don't know. Oh well. Yeah, they don't get it. They don't get it. Sometimes you can't talk to family. Sometimes you feel like you can't. Sometimes you can't talk to family. That makes you feel like you can't talk to anyone. One bag egg ruins it for everybody, and you feel like you can't talk to anyone. Talk to somebody. There is somebody out there you can talk to, and if you feel like you absolutely can't talk to anybody, see a therapist. See a psychiatrist. Hop on a med or two. There's no fucking shame in any of it, bro. Don't get me wrong. I'm the type of person where and it's a little toxic. I'm the type of person where I'll try my hardest not to be on medication, and I'll do other shit. That's fine too. Bro, I learned so much shit through this program that I went through. It's fucking nuts. Like meditation. I did not realize how bad I needed that and how much that shit worked. I thought these people were doing it to look cool. I would look at people on IG who were like, now I don't know why you got to do this on IG Live or why you got to do this on a fucking post. That will always be funny to me. But I used to look at people on these fucking posts and shit that are doing meditation on live or on a fucking IGTV or whatever, and they're meditating, and I'd be like, oh, what the fuck is this? And then I do this program through Zoom, and I'm like, and the Zoom shit was hilarious. Oh my God, so funny. Because these fucking therapists and shit would be there on Zoom in their fucking apartment, probably got no pants on. And they're talking to us, and there's always like 1 or 2 motherfuckers just like dozing off. And it's like, wow, your med is kicking all the way in. My med, while my fucking Dominican side of the family is giving me a bunch of bullshit about how I'm on medication and how fucking all this shit. Oh, he's talking to a therapist, but he's not talking to us, whatever. I'm not talking to you guys because you guys can't be talked to because you guys don't get it. This is why I'm talking to this person. Stop busting my balls. I'm already having enough problems as it is. Aside from not being able to talk on this podcast, I'm already having enough problems as it is figuring out what's happening to my dick on this medication. Don't know if I can. I don't know. Figured it out though. I figured it out, but I didn't figure it out. You know what I don't get real quick, just real quick about antidepressants, right? Antidepressants. There's going to be a shit ton of you who are like, don't be on those. Those are fucking bad. I get it. You don't got to tell me. Yes, I'm of the opinion. I'm a very tweener person. I'm a very in-between person. I'm in between a lot of things, in between a lot of opinions. They tell me it's a Libra thing. I don't know. I'm a very in-between person. Yes, I believe that we shouldn't rely on meds. I believe that if we rely on meds too much, I think that me personally, I love trying to go about things the natural way, the gym, meditation now, fucking tea, whatever. But I believe meds are there for a reason. And sometimes, like in my case, when you need them, sometimes you need them. And even if you need to take them for a little bit until you figure out how to fuck, it's like training wheels, bro. Some people take those training wheels and they go all the way and they have to be on so many different medications, whatever. That's just my opinion on it. I'm not going to get into it. This is a fucking conversation for another day. But they're there for a reason. Take them until you feel, you got your training wheels, and then you ride off into the sunset. Right? Antidepressants. They're supposed to do something for your depression, right? Antidepressants, they're supposed to help you with depression. Then why does it affect your sex life? Why? 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 I was on one and my shit was just, I didn't even know they did these things. I was just like not getting hard. Or I was getting hard and it was like just fucking hard to stay hard. And bro, I was just like, dude, what the fuck is going on? This doesn't make sense. This is an antidepressant, but you're gonna fuck with my sex life. Sex is great with the right person, especially. How the fuck am I supposed to enjoy something so joyful? And how, at that point, is this an antidepressant? And girls go through it too, apparently. Now, I ended up being on one that, you know, worst case scenario was giving me, you know, it was funny. I had a funny conversation with my dad about it. Because I have a lot of history with my dad, good and bad. But one of the best things about our relationship is that sooner or later he recognizes some shit. I recognize a lot of things. I recognize myself, him and myself, good parts, bad parts that I decided not to take in. He learned a lot from shit that, you know, nobody's perfect in life at all. All right. And he has one of the big things he realizes that he does have anxiety. This dude's Dominican and Puerto Rican. Same shit. His parents were not easy about. My grandmother's amazing. My grandfather was also amazing, but generation and generation and generation, we're getting to a point, hopefully, where we don't have this conversation anymore. But his parents also, same thing. I don't believe in the whole mental illness thing. But he got to a point where he realized it. He does shit about it, and there's no shame in it. So I had a conversation with him about what this new medication was doing to me. And I was just like, yo, this shit's kind of fucking with me a little bit. And my dad's like, yeah, what's up? You're not getting hard? And I was like, I'm getting hard. I have no problem getting hard, but I can't bust a nut. And my dad goes, Jay, that's not a bad problem to have. And I'm like, what? And then he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yep. Nope. You're right. And it isn't. It isn't. And it's so funny because, like, I completely, and this is where my podcast goes. It goes from like funny to deep to funny to deep to funny to deep. I can literally fucking sit there and I can't, it's like I can't make myself come anymore, which is crazy. But it means I spend less time just like fucking beating my meat. And just that, like, one of the things I'm realizing in my life as an adult, as a dad, whatever, like doing all this shit and doing barbering, time management, beating your meat, like it just takes so much. If you're single, yeah, you guys heard my podcast just months ago when I was single. I was doing that shit nonstop. I don't need to do it when I'm in a relationship. So, yeah, there was a lot of times where I couldn't fucking make myself bust a nut. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just not going to do this shit anymore. I'm going to be a fucking king in bed now because this medication is making me a king. I don't got to take none of these fucking things that I was always afraid to take because I'm a hypochondriac, my anxiety, whatever. Always afraid, always sketched out by those things that like make you last long in bed or whatever. I don't want to do that shit. So I just let this fucking medication do its job, and it's great. Yeah, man, your boy's in a fucking healthy ass relationship, and at first it's so fucking healthy that at first I didn't know how to act. I didn't know how to fucking take it in. I had no idea what, like, I was just like, there's no way this is real, and that's normal too. So, yeah. I was gonna do a little something with this fucking wet ass pussy song that I still have yet to hear. I've heard snippets. Yeah, I had no message, but there's no messages behind my shit. If there's messages, you guys can like digest it, and that's like literally what it is. Wow, love YouTube ads forever. My message basically with that whole spiel was everybody's going through shit. Reach out. I'm here, or somebody's there you can talk to. Not everyone's a judgmental piece of shit. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. This wet ass pussy song I've never heard, and I'm gonna fucking hear it now.
Certified free, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak.
Wow, that's me in a nutshell. Already have a kid, still struggling with the pull-out game. Yeah, I haven't heard this song yet. I'm not joking.
Put this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a Kegel, what is inside? Spit it.
I know what a Kegel is. I didn't know what a Kegel was. I know what a Kegel is. Somebody said Kegel and I laughed and I was like, what the fuck is that? And then they told me and I laughed even harder because it sounds like what it is. Let me fucking Google Kegel. How it's even like said. Kegel? Woman's Kegel exercise device. What do Kegels do for men? Kegel exercises for men. Oh, men can do this too? Wow. How do you do? Oh, this is when like we make our dick pulse. So men and women can do it. Denoting exercises performed by a woman to strengthen the pelvic floor muscles involving repetitions of both sustained and rapid voluntary contractions of the muscles and used. This is like the longest run-on sentence ever. I'm pretty sure my English teacher would be like, what the fuck is this? And used especially to treat urinary incontinence and improve sexual function. What do Kegels do for men? Kegel exercise from, oh, okay, this is like not for men, but is it for men? I'm assuming that the equivalent of Kegels for men is like when we just make our fucking dick pose, which is hilarious. You guys ever like when it's in front of your girl, it's kind of just funny. That's what I realized. Like my girl's my best friend. So like I'll do shit like that. Like I'll fucking just make my dick just go like while we're in bed or if we just got out of the shower or whatever. And she'll just be like, did your dick just move? And I'll be like, yeah. But when it's in front of like that's the shit. When I was single, I couldn't do shit like that. Like I'll do it, and somebody would be like, "Yo, did you make your dick move?" And I'd be like, "Nope."
Right in this little garage, make it cream, make me scream. I don't public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
That's a problem for me, but we'll talk about that another day. I'm not saying like I'm not one of these assholes who think that women should cook and clean and all this shit by themselves because everything is a team effort. But you're telling me, Cardi B, that you don't cook or clean or whatever. You just have this wet ass pussy and that's what got you a ring? No. Maybe it works for you.
Never got him fucking for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots and your coat for this wet ass pussy. He bought a phone.
So this beat goes hard, and I would imagine I can't play the whole thing because you guys know from listening to this podcast I can't play full clips because YouTube sucks, and it'll flag my whole shit. But the beat bumps, I can see myself playing this shit for mad long, and that's enough for me to fucking go hard with it. And clearly it is a dirty song, but it's fine. It's Cardi B. We've had fucking. Don't get me wrong, it's a little too much for me. I would play it probably dolo in my car, probably hear it once. I'll give you guys my opinion next week. But if it's like too dirty, I probably won't play it everywhere. Like people listen to this podcast. I tell people all the time, don't listen to this shit in front of your kids. My podcast is probably the wet ass pussy of podcasts. Sometimes, most of the time. I don't know. I talk about my dick a lot and sexual shit. And then I'll just jump into like how I almost commit suicide and how mental health is very important and how everything around us should be taken seriously. All right. On that note, this has been amazing. Speaking of mental health, I feel very happy that I got this out of the way. I feel very happy that the podcast is Bizak. Again, love the vibes. Love the vibes. The plans, the Cafe Bustelo, my two flags. Very... I love it. I couldn't find I couldn't put this on the soundboard, and I hate that I have to click to do it. Guys, there's gonna be fucking guests coming on soon. I got Fatty Mayonnaise from Food, Booze, and Friends. Check out my fucking wing episode if you haven't. I got Adam from Two Roads. I got the very Soulita Soap's very own Lex. I think Evan too. I'm not too sure. But at the very least her. I got more people coming. There's gonna be guests coming on. Guests that just come on and do this shit with me. Just bullshit and goof off and fuck around and talk about deep shit all at once. We got it. We all got fucking ADD and caffeine induced anxiety and all this shit, and we doing this shit together. So stay tuned. There's gonna be more Sin Verguenza shit for your Sin Verguenza asses. Happy hump day. Fuck, I can't speak. This coffee's supposed to, I don't even know what it's doing to me at this point. Happy hump day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. The video should be up tonight. If not, it'll be up tomorrow. And I love y'all. Welcome back.